Okay, welcome back, folks, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the space-exploring Chupacabra, and we are on the moon, inside of Grav. And there's all sorts of stuff up here. There's these big, scary tech hunters, and there's also these tumors on the ground. So one of the mini forms that trees can take on the different moons are these tumor trees. And there's a whole shit ton of them. And if you find yourself at a high enough level to go to the moon in this game, then I totally recommend everybody comes to the moon and just farms to their ever-loving delight, because there's a lot of these things, and it's really easy to just come up here and farm. It takes like, not even like 30 minutes, and you'll get a bajillion wood, especially with the help of your pets, because there's harvester pets that boost your harvesting speed, which I can actually show you guys. You hit K, and you go under pets, and then you've got a construction robot, which helps you cheapen your construction, a medical bot, which regenerates health over time, but I don't have any tundrite, and a harvest booster, which will spawn one of those, will spawn a damage boosting pet, and these little things basically look like the cute little flying saucer robots from the Batteries Not Included movie, which was really fun. So we'll actually put out a couple of damage booster pets and then one movement booster pet. And you can upgrade up to 4 of these, having 4 of them at one time. And you can also upgrade how long they last, and that's about the only thing that I've found that you actually use that Element X stuff from. So now as you look, I'm actually getting a couple extra ticks of wood every time I gather it, or a couple extra ticks of plasma, and that's from that extra harvester pet. So they just kind of give you like a passive stat increase in the background as they float around your body. And then you can individually dismiss them. Oh, so there we go. We got a customer over here. That over there, that really weird undulating thing, it's just a regular moon bug dog. But it's like a modified bug dog, and basically what happens is when you kill it, it explodes. That's what this means. So you kill it, and then you back off because that happens. So I'll hit a stim pack, and then I'll have a bite to eat, and then, you know, what the heck, I'm gonna poop again. Because that's what adults do on the moon, they poop. I don't know why you would need to poop. It's not like this game is trying to compete with, like, Ark Survival in that respect. It's just like, when trying to figure out how to work the pets before, I discovered that pooping is a thing. So, you don't always have the ability to poop. I think you can only do it after you've eaten recently. So, yeah, the moon is full of plasma, other resources. It's possible to build a base here. And, if you need to get back, you can't actually just build a return portal on this world. There's actually another way of getting back to your home planet when you go to other worlds. And that is, you see down there on the compass, there's like this, like, oval that kind of looks like an alien's cooch. That is the return portal, and you can see it right there. It's just like this rip through space, like a dimensional vortex has been opened. And you just walk up and talk to it, and then you can load back into your home planet. You can also just disconnect and reconnect, since you're only bound to your uplink. However, if you die up here, you'll respawn wherever you spawned into the game, or into the moon up here. So that's the moon in a nutshell. It's full of weird technology, and I'm looking around to see if we can't find a guardian to kill. Before in the last episode, I put up like a preview of it, hopefully, if I remember. I think I will. I think I wrote that down. Or I will write that down, because I'm currently still recording from that last session. But, yeah, there's these weird guardian guys, they spawn around, and they drop artifacts. Artifacts are used to build area totems, and I'm sure probably to build some other fancy gook later. And that's what we have to look forward to. I don't know if claiming an area is particularly good or bad for a player to do. but it seems like it can be valuable. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a lot of point in having it in the game. So we got a dangerous exploding dude here. And we got a dazzling Chupacabra, whatever. So apparently, something that I've noticed in the items I've begun to collect for blueprints is you can craft different weapons with like a stat modifier. You can make a winter sword, you can make a fire sword, a poison sword, a moonlight sword, and each zone you're in has got like some element that they are weak to, so that your weapon does like damage and a half as opposed to just regular damage. So that's kind of neat. But I can't seem to locate a guardian up here. They don't always spawn. So I guess we're gonna go and enter a portal somewhere. Also, there's like this giant weird like insignia floating in the air. So that's different, I guess. It's certainly not what I was expecting on the moon. There's two different kinds of desolate moons. I'm on like the first kind of desolate moon. And then there's just another one that's got like more terrain changes, more like big bulky rocks. It's not super advanced, but it's kind of neat. So where was that, dungeon? I'm sure there's gonna be some people who have built in the dungeon. Let's have a look-see. So like you'd hope a dungeon like this would be, it is, it's a moon dungeon. Kinda like you would expect from games like, Destiny. But I think this was out before Destiny. And a lot of people build inside of here, because the moon is like a really heavily contested area. Oh, there is a guardian in here. So that's a guardian. He's a brain in a spacesuit. You're up to date. You're welcome. And, their specialty is they jump up into the air, and then they stomp down. That's like how they attack stuff. So, they can be kind of a touch annoying to fight, because they all kind of spawn instantly from one of those world artifacts that I mentioned, and that can be instant death if you don't get out of there immediately. Right there, you see, he does like a ground slam. So that can be just a little bit annoying. But the good news is these are lower level guardians, so they're easier to kill. I feel like these things, they're like corrupted guardians, or dazzling guardians. I feel like there's a story to that, but I don't know for certain. Also, there's a lot of tech hunters on the moon here that are looking for stuff. And tech hunters seem to have a higher rate of dropping blueprints, but I don't know that 100% sure. The wiki for this game is a little on the empty side as far as some of those technical tidbits go. Like what stuff you should be farming, some of the more in-detail explanations of how some stuff works. It's a little hit or miss, so you kinda gotta talk to people who've already sussed that out for themselves. But when you're at mid to low level, this is certainly a decent place to come and farm. But that's pretty much all that's in here. Is a shit ton of tech hunters, and also plasma nipples. That's not like an actual thing, it's just there's tiny little nodes of plasma that have a higher rate of a higher chance of dropping fancy plasma. So I consider that to be a plus. Also, these things spawn a shit ton in here, so be extra careful if you decide to come and explore these caves on the moon. Also, there's a shit ton of these guardians spawning. I've never seen that before. I was in this particular dungeon a couple of times already, doing a little leveling. Although it was admittedly a lot long after I should have been here. Like, I was here at level 20, I should have been here at level 12 or 16, fighting and murdering these things. Because the artifacts that these guardians drop, they're rare, they're harder to get, so get them while you can. That's about all that's in here, really. We should probably go back through the old portal. We've got plenty of plasma and stuff. And maybe I'll craft some weird stuff. Because I've gotten a few more craftables that I can put together. including ore armor. And one of the other things that I discovered in this game is not only can you summon pets, but you can actually change the spec of your character. So the job you start out with in this game is the astronaut job. And that is like, you know, you drop less resources when you die, you increase your gun capacity, health recovery. But you've also got engineer, that makes it so you can build better. You got cheaper room construction, better shotgun damage, reduction in all your costs for crafting and stuff. Scientists, which do like all the science-related crafting, have their costs reduced. And then, like, if you fly around and do a lot of PvP, you can also get pilot, which lets you fly around through the air for cheap without expending as much fuel, which is just wood. Wood is pretty much the go-to commodity in this game. So, the one thing to note about those is when you switch to them, they start out at level 0, so you have to re-level each of them independently, which can be a little bit poopy, admittedly. So let's get the heck out of here. Can I get... Oh shit, come, get away. Everyone go, what? Alright, settle down. Settle down, everybody. Jeez. Come on, get out of here. Apparently you can't exit the, I never tried to before. Apparently you can't exit the old, this place without being out of combat, so let's just, murder everything in here. Or watch it murder itself, so we can see its brain. And now we can leave. So there's that. Come on, let me out. What's the dealio, Fofilio? Apparently, it wants me to stay here on the moon. But, I'm not so keen on doing that, because I want to go and explore another planet. Because there's not... I mean, I've pretty much... This is all there is to see on the moon. It's a great spot to level and to farm, but there's a lot of people here. Everyone's gonna come here. It's a really small area. It's really pristine and kind of pretty out, but it's gonna get you murdered a couple of times at least. That's the takeaway from this. Come on. Can I leave? Can I leave, please? I'd like to leave. That would be so nice. Alright, apparently it's bugging out for us, so I'm going to disconnect and reconnect, and we will join you next time for an adventure on another planet.